If coveting is a sin, one team here might need to ask for forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Kansas State Wildcats, Bill Snyder Family Stadium. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the UCF Knights, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Knights will put total leather to crank us up. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Wildcats offense will take the field first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Johnson looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turn. 3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab, it's Edwards. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Kansas State will have to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So UCF's offense has the ball for the first time. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others, that they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. second down, they'll go to the air. Release to the back. Pulls it in. It's Nixon. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you, so many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
Hard running there. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Knights are on the move. Brown will throw it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
This guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw in the previous play. Now he's showing off the speed, and you can't blame him, honestly. When you run like him, even if it's first down, if it's not open, just take off. This defense is going to be on their heels all game long if they can't find a way to start slowing him down.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UCF!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll start this drive going to the air. Gets it to him on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. They'll run this play from the pistol. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. So first down here as they go back to work. He'll do it himself on the draw. Running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Room to throw that one in there. And the catch and run into the end. Touchdown, Wildcats! Extra point here will tie the game.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Brown wants to pass. Pressure coming. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Blasted as he lets it go.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Wants to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Nixon. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. The Knights are on the move. Trying to get the edge on the toss. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
If you want to test the physicality of a defense, get the toss play going. Get the outside run game working, because those DBs are going to have to find ways to fight off blocks, and you're going to find out just how badly these little guys want to put their face in the fan.
Motion from the wideout. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
He stopped at the 32-yard line, pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a 1st down. The Knights pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll ride the hot hand. Just keeps picking up the tough yards and gets it down to the 26. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Hands it off. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. The Power Cats have powered up the noise to try to help this defense on 3rd down. 2 yards short of a 1st down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Thought maybe they would consider the field goal here, but the offense is staying out there on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Johnson wants to throw it. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And listen, there's different degrees of open, but in college football, that's open. When your receiver has a step on the guy, man, those are the ones you feel like you should complete most of the time, and he just overthrew that one.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the back. Got a man. It's Nixon. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Looking downfield on 1st down. A little screen to the running back. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
That is not good news for this offense, guys. I mean, the defense only brought 3 on that play, and they were still able to get after the quarterback. This O-line has got to play better.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. With the catch, it's Nixon. He gets it inside the 25. They'll stop him at the 24. Not enough for the first down, and it's a 4th down decision time coming. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Pocket breaking down. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Under 30 seconds to go here in the half. Let's see how they play it on 1st and 10. Off play action on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bradley. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
That's caught. It's Edwards. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Manhattan. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Kansas State will kick off as we get things started here in the 3rd quarter. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start the 3rd quarter with the run. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Knights can really attack on this 2nd and short. Brown will throw it. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Might be looking to run. Just a little more room, and maybe he gets it in. He's pushed out of bounds at the 8.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. Trying to punch it in. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense. They're creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Knights! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Mano-a-mano, the offensive line gets it done, driving the defense back, creating an easy lane for that running back.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They'll try the run. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Johnson looking to throw. Got his man quickly. Ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Touchdown, UCF! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver getting open and making the catch, but now you got to secure the football. You know there's going to be guys coming trying to rip it free. They did it. They scooped it. They scored. That's a play he's going to learn from.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Pitt is ahead early in the Steel City, but that's not exactly Tony Dorsett out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 4 over Louisville. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Kansas State will have to punt it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Brown wants to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. Finds his man, it's Burke. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Knights! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
And the heat was all over him, and that's the way the third quarter will wrap up with a big sack. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. After swapping into the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Johnson wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be fourth down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
At the 35, he's open. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. From the 30-yard line on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
And they finally get to this guy, and he's electric. He's dynamic. He can make plays with his feet and scramble around. And I think they got used to it in the first half. And now, if they want to win this football game, they got to continue to catch that fast joker and get him on the ground.
The Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on second down. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. There he goes. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the fourth quarter, and you just keep taking shots down the field. That tells you something, okay? You can take what you want from it, but this offense definitely not in.
Touchdown, UCF! And they take it in for 6 more points. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Johnson looking to throw. Quick completion on the out route. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Setting up the screen. At the 40, there he goes. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Oakley.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT.
Looking for more room. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide out. Got him downfield. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. It's a seam wide open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking down the middle. Makes the grab. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, looks like they're going to start this season 4-0, and you've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They've got the screen set up. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wildcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Johnson wants to throw it. Finds his big tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Going up top again. Unleashes one. Picked off to stop the threat.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run him from the gun. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents. Whatever the reasons, it adds to the flavor of a season.
It's so good because we all love the upsets. And then if you're the team that got that ranked win, Jesse, you start to build your resume, start to build some momentum. So this squad got a good win today.
They sure did. They put the rest of college football on alert with that huge win. And for the team losing, they've now got to be able to turn